say to some friends that I am Shia, they say that they have read the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad and that they haven't found anything related to the Imam, and they don't find anything related to the relationship that we have to build, especially with Imam-Zaman-English-First. So I don't know which book you can recommend.
They didn't find where?
In the hadith of the Prophet.
You have many ayat in Quran. For example, Rasulullah, he says that I don't want anything from you as a reward. What I want is that love to my household. And when household is mentioned, it is the 5 members and also all the imams. Right after the 12th imam, they are all called and classified as Ahlul Bayt. When we say Ahlul Bayt, it's every one of them. So there are many more ayat in Quran that say clearly that Rasulullah, he has instructed, and when Quran says that, then riwayat also talk the same.
But for the 12th imam, for example?
Yeah, when we say Ahlul Bayt, he is included in Ahlul Bayt. It's everyone, all the imams, they are included in Ahlul Bayt.
When you say we get or Allah provide any type of sustenance through someone, saying Imam, are we not communicating shirk here? I mean, we are making a channel or something, because Allah doesn't need any wasila, and by chanting the name of Imam-Zaman before any du'as or anything, how can I don't feel really confident to do that.
Well, the wasila that you're talking about over here, wasila means the channel, the means. Now these wasail also have been created by Allah Himself. He has made those wasail. For example, there is this ayah in Quran which says that وَلِلَّهِ الْأَسْمَاءُ الْحُسْنَى فَادْعُوهُ بِهَا, that Allah, He has good names, call upon Allah with the good names. When Imam Sadiq alayhi salam was inquired that what are these good names of Allah in Quran, in reply he says that نَحْنُ وَاللَّهُ الْأَسْمَاءِ الْحُسْنَى فِي الْقُرآن, that we Ahlul Bayt are those Asma'ul Husna in Quran. So Allah has appointed them. Because it is easy for you to approach them, because they are the sincere servants of Allah, so you approach them and they will ask Allah. You can ask Allah straightforward, you can. But because we don't know how to relate to Allah, we don't know how to talk to Allah, we don't know anything at all, because they know, if you look into the communication that we have with Allah, it is impossible. If it wasn't for the sake of the prophets, for the A'immah, we would never be able to relate. Now, how do we talk to Allah? Ma'asumeen, they taught us, you talk to Him by these du'as, for example. And du'as, again, if you look into them, how beautifully Imam, he talks to Allah. So that is something which is taught to us through them. For example, if you look into the munajat of Amir al-Mu'mineen, Mawla, Ya Mawla, Antal Mawla, wa Ana al-Abd. If the Imams were not there, if the Prophets were not there, could we ever think how to talk to Allah? We would never. So they taught us how to live in a community, even the general way, the good and the bad that we have was something which was taught to us through them, through that risalat, or through that mission that Allah has opened, that is through prophets, through imams. So when He has taught through them, you want to get to Him, that would be the easiest way, that would be the easiest channel. It's no shirk at all. For example, there's another ayah which says that regarding the wasila, again Imam, he says that we are the wasila that has been mentioned in Quran.
But once we have been told how to talk to Allah by the teaching of Amma or Anbiya and through du'as, why don't we directly say these munajat and then pray Allah? Why do we say, okay, Ya Aba Khaleh, Ya Aba Qasim, and then we start our du'as?
Yeah. among the creations of Allah, the best of the creation is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now to understand this, I'll just quote a few examples. For example, when Prophet Yusuf was in the prisons and he was in need, what he says to Allah, God, by the right my father Yaqub has, ease these problems that I'm facing. Immediately, Wahy is revealed to him, saying that what right does your father has? What did he do? We just took away one of his sons. Every place he sat, every place he stood, he complained and he said he cried for Yusuf. If you want to say that by the right, say by the right of Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So that again, it's something which Allah, He has created Himself. For example, again in another Hadith al-Qudsi we have, Allah, He says He addresses Prophet Musa and says that, Musa, do you love yourself more or do you love the Prophet of the end of time? That is Rasulullah. Now, the distance from Prophet Musa and Rasulullah, we don't know how many years, thousands of years. In reply, Prophet Musa says that I love the Prophet of the end of time. Allah says why? He says that because you love him more. That because Allah loves him more, I too love the Prophet of the end of time. So that, and then Allah teaches Prophet Yusuf and all the prophets, saying that if you have a task and if you want something to be accepted, says Ilahi bihaqq Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad, or bihaqq Muhammadin wa Ali wa Fatima wa Hasan wa Hussein. So that channel has been created by Allah.
I 110% agree with you. But why go to Imam and say, pray for me? I mean, if he's there, yeah, he's.
Well, you can go, you can approach Allah without the mediation of the Imam. But there is something that we want a pledge of ours to be accepted. That is the whole idea. If we take that pledge ourselves, how much chance do you have for that being accepted? Very minimum. So for that to be accepted, the teaching, again, that is from when the Prophet teaches something to us, it is as if Allah has taught. So it is something which Allah has taught. He says that when you have a pledge, before the pledge recite salawats, after the pledge recite salawats. So when this dua will elevate, which has been wrapped in salawats, and salawat is that dua which Allah always accepts and never rejects. He says that He will take that package. Now that package, it's covered with salawats. Now regardless of what is in that package, He will accept it. So if we want our pledges to be accepted, the best way is to wrap it in that way, and that will be accepted. Now, we can approach Allah without the mediation of Ahlul Bayt. Yes, we can. But what chances of that being accepted, we don't know. So that is why we have said that in this dunya, so long as we are here, we have a strong bond with them. So now there is another hadith from Imam-Zaman-English-First. He says that because as a result of this relationship that we have with Ma'sumeen, with Ahlul Bayt, we don't know exactly how much we are benefiting. Especially the Shias, we don't know. And then Imam says that the moment when a person, he points out at his neck, says that when he dies, only then will he come to know that how much he's going, that what a wonderful faith and religion he had, that is by association to Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. Now what we are blessed in this dunya is just a small fraction or very little. He says that we will benefit much more a person when he steps out of this dunya, when he enters into Barzakh and Qiyamah, much more will be blessed.
I have a question on his reappearance. You said like we are responsible because we are not prepared, so he's not reappearing. Is there any other circumstances which has to be, very difficult when his need is there and Allah will, reappear? Like, the Dajjal has to come first and, massacre and all.